What is up, everyone? Welcome to It's Been a Week. I'm your host, Ben McDonald, and this is your weekly dose of whatever the hell just happened. Hello, all my beautiful listeners. Well, I think you're beautiful. I can't see you, but I'm assuming if you're listening to this, you're probably good looking. Welcome back to It's Been a Week, and boy, has it been a week. Before we get into this week's episode, I got to do my little bitching and ranting because there's a few things this week that have pissed me off. So if you remember last week's episode with Weston, when we talked about his insane mother and all the craziness, so I posted the clip we have in our town. It's called the Granbury Breaking News Facebook page or some bullshit like that. And it's run by this like psycho person that's like ultra, super right, like so far right that it's like, listen, there's extreme crazies on the left and the right, but beyond the politicalness, he's a psycho. So anyways, I posted the clip in there and I got blocked from the Facebook group. I have been blocked from the Granbury Breaking News Facebook page, which, listen, I'm not that upset about it. I do think it's kind of bullshit because like if you can't have a difference of opinion, or at least just, what happened to our First Amendment of freedom of speech. And for me posting, all I did is post the clip about the episode and get blocked, removed. If you do not agree with what their ideas and views are, you're out. So I guess I will no longer be on the know of the breaking news in this town. But you know what? That's okay. Second of all, as anyone who knows me knows, I am obsessed with Wicked. I love Wicked. You're going to hear in this episode how I went to the premiere of Wicked in New York this week. And I love all things Wicked. So I went to the premiere and I have since seen the movie 2 more times, and I'm actually going again today. So I'm obsessed. Like I saw the original one, I think 9 times, like in theaters. Like I saw Wicked a lot, right? Here's my thing. I love going to the movie theater. I love it. I think it is so, when I'm at home on the couch watching a movie, I'm most likely going to fall asleep. You're distracted, you have things, you're on your phone, you have things going on. When you go to the movie, it's like you get popcorn, you get candy, you get these like comfortable reclining seats, and it's like, it's an experience, right? I mean, I love as an actor, as a human, I love going to the movies. I always have. Here's what I can't stand is other fucking people in the theater. Now, if you can go to the movie, watch it, enjoy it, let's pack the house. I love it. I love the energy of other people in the room experiencing the same thing. If you're going to talk through the movie, if you're going to be on your phone during the movie, if you are like crinkling your fucking Skittles bag the entire movie, I'm going to lose my shit on you. So I don't know like how people just don't have movie theater etiquette. It's really not that difficult. When I go to the theater, if I'm with someone, I will sit and talk to them. But as soon as like the official previews start, like the movie has begun. And fine, if you're going to talk to the previews, I'm not going to shush you during that time, even though I'm like, shut the fuck up. But if you are talking during the movie loud enough for other people to hear you, like, I just think it is so disrespectful. Every person in there has paid for a ticket. Everyone wants to enjoy it. Everyone's here to watch the movie. If you didn't want to watch the movie, we wouldn't be here. I can't stand it when people are like having their little side conversations or on their phone. The other day, someone was Snapchatting during the movie, taking pictures of themselves, not of the movie, like sending selfies during the middle of the movie. What the fuck? There is no, it drives me crazy. And then like this one girl, she kept eating and it was like crinkling and crinkling. And for Wicked, there, obviously it's a musical, but there are moments, there's like emotional moments and there's quiet moments and she's just crinkling through the thing. It's like, listen, I opened up my little treat, but I wait till it's like a musical number and it's loud and you're not going to be able to hear the bag opening up. This bitch is just like, and then she kept getting up to go get more snacks. At one point I looked at her, I'm like, I think you're good on the treats. Like, what? And the people behind me. So here's the thing. They brought all these kids, like little kids. If your child is not old enough to like sit through a movie, like maybe we don't bring them to a movie that is like, Wicked is not necessarily aimed for little kids. We're not here seeing like a little Pixar cartoon movie where you're going to obviously have a bunch of kids. Wicked is honestly I would say more of an adult movie. Like you kids aren't going to fully understand it. But if your kid can't sit through a movie, don't bring them to the movies. It's as simple as that. Like, I don't think there's a explanation where you're going to bring a little child that can't even like sit still. Mind you, Wicked is like a 3-hour movie and you're going to bring the kid there. Like it was so fucking annoying. So I'm sitting there. There's this trash, and I mean complete trash of a family sitting behind me. talking through the whole movie. The kids are running up and down the aisles. And at one point, I even went out to the bathroom and I told the person who like collects your tickets, I'm like, is there any way we can like turn the volume up? I said, because the people behind us are obnoxious. And they even came in and like had to tell them to be quiet because I guess other people had complained about them too. And at one point, the kids fell asleep. Okay. The kids are sleeping. Great. The parents woke up the kids. They woke up these little shits so that they could what? See Alphaba go flying. Like they don't even know what the fuck they're watching. I just think you guys, if you wait till it comes out at home, if you have little kids like that, wait till the movie's at home. You can watch it at home. Your kids can scream and throw their Legos all over the fucking place. Like there's no need to bring them to the theater. And if you're going to go to the movie theater and you're going to be on Snapchat and you're going to be just yapping, go to a bar. Go to fucking Chili's. I don't know. Chili's has a Wicked drink right now. I think I saw an ad for it. You want to be in the Wicked world and you want to be Snapchatting and having your little conversations, go there and get some deep fried appetizers. What a way to ruin a movie. That is my rant for this week. Please get some movie theater etiquette. And also to the people who are blocking me on Facebook for making a post about a clip, calm down. Anyways, so I hope you guys enjoy this next episode. It's with one of my all-time favorites, Miss Jen. We had an insane week from Bravocon in Vegas to flying to New York for the Wicked premiere and then going to see a show and charity events. And we were all over the place. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I'm actually off to the theater to go see Wicked again. And let's pray that the theater is empty. Let's get into it. Okay, everyone. Today we're joined by one of my favorite people ever, and she actually happens to be AJ's friend that I very quickly stole from her, Miss Bennifer Geisser.
All from her?
From him. From him. You know what I meant.
I get it.
How long were you and AJ friends before I met you?
We've been friends about 15 years now. So when did you come along?
2019.
Okay. So
carry the one. I don't do the math. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll never forget. Well, the first time I ever met you, we had stayed at one of your townhouse in Melville,
right? Long Island. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were going to this wedding. And then we came back to the city for World Pride.
Right. At this point, I only heard about you from AJ. And
we've never met.
Who is this guy that's just suddenly like they're flying off to Aruba, I think you were, and this place. And it was like all of a sudden attached.
Yep. Yeah, we were full on lesbians. It was very quick.
Very quick. So I had to I had to get a once over on this mystery man.
And we immediately fell in love because then I showed up to Pride with this like camel backpack thing full of vodka. Like you're supposed to use it to go hiking.
Right. It's supposed to hydrate you when you're hiking with water.
Yeah.
Right.
And I made it a giant vodka with a touch of soda in there. And then I walk up to you. AJ's like, this is my friend Jen. You gotta really
explain. The straw goes over your head from the backpack.
Yeah, it's like a full backpack with the straw that you can strap it to your shirt.
Yeah.
I think we still have it actually somewhere. It's gold. And I walk up to you and I'm like, or AJ was like, this is my friend Jen. This is whose house we just stayed at. And I was like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. And what did I come up and say?
No, not yet. First, I met you. Then, so I knew who you were. Then like an hour later, you saw me as you were like dancing to the music at the Pride Parade. You saw me and you were like, Jen, do you want to, what'd you say?
I said, here, do you want some vodka? Just bite and suck.
Right. And I look at Ben and I said, Ben, this is my boss, the president of the network. Thank you very much, Ben. And she took it very well and laughed it off, but it was very awkward for that split second. I was like, now I know who Ben is. Now I get it.
She was like, she's like, I'm quite all right. And so for everyone that's listening, Jen works at the time, was it just Bravo or was it always at Bravo and NBC?
It was Bravo and all the other cable networks.
All the other networks, yeah. So they had a big float for Pride. It was a big Bravo float. And it was like, everyone was saying, unless you're on a Bravo show, unless you're a Bravolebrity, like no one is allowed on the float.
Right, because we had so Bravo many talent. People, it was like to capacity.
Yeah. And I don't know, we gave it an hour? Who do you think was on the float?
Ben. Yeah. Benjamin.
Waving to the people.
Yeah, as if he's a Bravolebrity himself.
Right. Right. Just waving. I mean, that was so
It
fun.
was
And then we went out
amazing.
and that was just the start of our beautiful
It
friendship.
was.
And
It's been
now
a week ever since.
it's been a week ever since. And now you have I mean, you have a big title now. You are executive vice president.
Yes, of communications for Bravo and Peacock Unscripted.
So basically, Jen's a big deal.
I mean, depends who you're asking, yes. If you ask
I
my
would
kids,
normally
they'd say no.
I know. Your kids, I'm always like, "Don't you guys wanna come hang out with us?" And they're like,
No,
"No." And I'm like, "Do you understand how fun we are and how cool we are?" And they're
no,
like, "No."
no, not at all.
Yeah. Normally, I would say, "How's your week been?" But we just spent an entire week together, so I know how your week was.
You do.
It's fucking crazy.
It was fucking crazy, and you were right there by my side for every bit of crazy, as usual.
So for everyone, if you guys, if you watch Bravo or if you've seen any of my social media, there's a huge event that happens in Las Vegas called Bravocon. And basically, every person that is like on a Bravo show, past, present, comes to this huge event, which I had no clue the scope of. Like, I thought this was just going to be like in a convention center and like people just walk around and there's like happens to be Bravo people there.
Oh, that's
This
interesting that you didn't really have any idea. Yeah, it's what it is. It's a fan festival. So it's basically um an immersive, interactive fan festival for our fans to have, get up close and personal with with the talent and do photo ops and activations, meet and greets, there are panels, little parties. So there's lots going on at the same time, and you basically pick your schedule and figure out navigate how you want your day to be.
But there's like, I mean, this thing is there's multiple stages, there's multiple rooms, there's multiple activations, there's like different, you can they're shooting Andy Cohen's show live at night, and then all of this is streaming on Peacock. And, like, I don't know, I think because I didn't fully know what I was going into, and then I got to kinda have the behind the scenes view, like, just seeing how much, production goes into it,
Mm.
all the technology that goes into it, all the people running the microphones and the lighting and the, managing where the talent has
Mm.
to be and figuring out these talents' schedules, which I know was your team, like,
Huge,
figuring out.
yeah.
I mean, there's so many people getting everyone's transportation from the hotel to the event, everyone, getting their flights, like, them hair and makeup. There's so much that goes into this that I think no one thinks about or realizes,
Right.
but it was like an insane amount of stuff that you did for this event.
Yeah, it's like you see the front of house, which is what all the attendees see, and then there's back of house, which you were privy to see, where there's just, an enormous amount of people, like you said, doing every different thing, and it takes an army. We have 30,000 people across the weekend attend, so it's huge, but it's like the most rewarding event. It is literally like a love fest for our talent. And, we didn't have any complaints or any issues, which is pretty amazing for the scope of that event.
And it's got to be like rewarding for you too, because you're always doing stuff behind the scenes. You're in your office, you're crisis control, figuring stuff out, all the stuff. But like to go there and see like almost like the reward and the payoff, because like you don't get to sit in people's living room and watch them watch the shows or see how much they obsess over these
Right.
people. But when they all come together and like, they have like the Salt Lake City panel, there was no seats left in that room.
It's like
I mean, it was
3,500 people seated, and then they were standing, and they were screaming for them.
and like laughing and like it actually got me that I'm like, I have to start the show
Did you?
because I watched the panel and I'm like, these women are hysterical.
No, it is right out of the gate. Salt Lake City was just an incredible watch. These women are
Hmm.
over the top.
And I think even for people that aren't like Bravo quote unquote people, like you can go to you could go to this thing and it's impressive
Yeah.
no matter what. If you're a fan of this stuff or not, like it's impressive.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much like different personalities and so many different people, and there really is a show for each type of person.
Yep. No, it is.
If you're not a housewife type, if you're not a housewife person, there's Below Deck. There's all,
Summer
there's Southern
House,
Charm. There's
Southern Charm, The Valley,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we have shows that reach a certain demo, and now we have some shows that reach a younger demo right now, and on Peacock, that's where we bring in that younger audience. which is amazing.
Yeah, because there's the next gen, which has,
Yep.
you know, the younger, and then there's the one with the cowboys on it, which that I
With
think is
Eve,
tapping into a whole different
you
demographic of
have to
people.
watch that.
Well, I should have been on that.
Yeah. Only you don't live in the right state and you're not a McBee, so yeah.
Well, minor
Watch
details.
it. Watch this family. It is
I
truly they were made for TV. It's incredible.
Okay, where do they live?
They live in Missouri, Gallatin,
Oh,
Missouri, and
oh
they have
yeah, see, I'm
acres
far.
and acres, and the father, the first season, without he got indicted, and it is true soap opera, cowboy style.
Okay, I do need to watch
Yeah,
that.
you do.
I've been watching Orange County since I think like season 4, I
Mhm.
think is when I started, and then I've been watching Beverly Hills since like I've never missed an episode, like day 1. So it was crazy, like, I don't know, just to be in like, immersed in it all, and then being behind the scenes, it was like all, you kinda shut off the, "Oh, I'm a fan," and you kinda just, like, play it cool and, because I was, like,
Yeah,
sitting having lunch with these people.
yeah,
And it was funny because even, like, when we came from the hotel to the thing, I'm like, "We're sitting in the car." I'm just, like, sitting here with Camille Grammer, and we're riding over, or we're, like, coming back on the bus from Andy's, and it's like, "Oh, we've got Melissa, we've got all these
there.
people that are
Yeah.
just, like, that I've been watching on TV for years, and they're just in the van
And
with
the
us."
most fun being in the Sprinter van, which is very famous on The Housewives. So that
Yes, because that's where
you
stuff
have
goes
to
down.
travel in the Sprinter van. But a moment that I think you missed, you weren't there yet, but for OC, is that Andy surprised Vicky and asked her to return to the show next season and gave her an orange, and she was ecstatic. I mean, she held that or
No,
she said she slept with that orange. She walked around with that orange. She didn't. She's like, "No one's taking my orange away from me."
didn't she even trip and fall, but, like, hold the orange up?
She did. Yeah.
Save the orange at all cost.
She was not letting go of that orange.
No. Okay, so obviously I can't ask you who's the most difficult because
No.
you'll get in trouble. I don't want you to get in trouble, but who are some of the best Bravo people to work with? Like, who are some of just like the most amazing, easy, go with the flow, like some of the best?
So it's a hard question then because, it just depends what's happening because somebody, you know, they're very happy with with what's happening with their season and things are going. And then all of a sudden something in their life changes and that changes on the show. And depending on the social sentiment, which is it's so immediate when it's on air, seeing how the, fans react is going to depend how they are. And they're going to come to me when they're upset or they're happy or they're angry or so it's hard to say. But I mean, you know, I'm pretty close with, all of them, and they're all great in different ways, and they all are pains in the asses in different ways.
Do they ever call you after like they film for a day and they're like, "Will you make sure they don't air this, or
Yes,
can
but
you get them to
we
take
do
this
not
out?"
do that. Yeah, they're not
But
editing
they
the show. Yeah,
but they
we
do
do not.
ask,
Yeah, it happens. They'll call
and
the
then
producers, they'll call us, but we don't. That's not what the show's about. We're following your lives.
right. So then if there is like drama and things ahead of, like if they filmed it, it's gonna air, can you jump on top of like PR stuff before it's gonna
Yeah, and
happen?
sometimes, we don't always know what's gonna air until they edit the show together, and it's sometimes we're shooting 6 months before. So, things change. But yeah, if there's something that's flagged, we definitely prepare for it and, and jump in to figure out how we can, be ready for what could possibly, sort of blow up, I guess, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't really know, like they film and then it just kind of go, they don't see it until it's live on TV
They
for
see
everyone
it,
else.
a day or 2 before, usually, to
Oh, they
prepare,
get
like,
like, so,
they usually go and watch what happens live the night that their show's on, so they'll see it right before that, like a day before, 2 days before.
but it's not like they don't get to watch the whole season months in
No,
advance.
they live it,
So
they
they
lived it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you have people call you and ask you to be on the shows?
All the time. I have DMs from people giving me pitches and telling me why they should be on this show and that show constantly. And I'm always like, I can't, that's not the process here. It's not how it works. First of all, I don't cast and I don't, pick. I'm part of the green light decisions, but I'm not the person who's in development developing these shows. But like, there's a process. You can't just pitch your show randomly.
Right. So if someone's like, "I want to be a Real Housewife," like what do they do?
I mean, it depends if there's somebody who, seems like it's a fit. I mean, usually you have to know the people that are on the show already.
Right.
Somebody, may bring it up to production or our casting person and say, "Hey, my friend," something like that. Usually it's by word of mouth, by someone you're friends with on the show. But just some random person saying, "I'd be great on that show," doesn't usually work.
Not going to happen. So, okay, so you ran this whole production, you got this whole Bravocon going. I mean, I don't think you really ever got to breathe and relax
No,
until maybe the very
I'm
end.
still exhausted.
I know, because you don't stop.
I know.
You guys, I mean, here's the deal. You're at BravoCon. It's the days start early, they end late, and then it's like, there's after parties and there's watch what happens and there's things to do. So like, and you're in Vegas. So like they're pumping oxygen in there that keeps you awake. Like you
You
don't
just
sleep
can't
when
say
you're there.
no. Everybody's going, so you go to the next bar.
Even when we were like, even when I was like, okay, I'm going home, you walk into our hotel lobby and there's a huge
Every
party happening in the lobby of the hotel. So it's like, what are you going to do? Just be like, okay, good night, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Not you and
That's
not me. We're
no,
not ones to
never.
say no. There's no turn off switch.
You and I are probably actually the worst to be together
That's
because
right.
neither one of us are going to be like, we should go to
Yeah.
bed.
Not even the night when we were flying out the next morning at 7 AM.
So let's talk about that. So BravoCon went on from Thursday to Sunday.
Well, Thursday night was Andy's first taping, and then Friday through Sunday was the actual convention.
Okay. And I flew in Saturday, show up, hit the ground running. We're going out to dinner, going out. Then on Sunday night, we were like, we had to be up. Our flight was taking off at 7 a.m. Monday morning. So we were getting picked up from our hotel at 5:30 in the morning on Monday. Sunday night, BravoCon ends. I don't even think we didn't even go to dinner. We went straight to, did we?
I don't even remember. Sunday night, we went
We went to
to
the Christmas special.
right, the holiday special, but did we eat before?
I think we ate.
I didn't have any.
I
I don't ever remember sitting down for an actual meal, but we did one night. We went that was Saturday
when I
night when you first got
when I
that was
first showed up, and
yeah, Sunday night you didn't eat. No.
we had one bite
Right.
also
Yeah.
at Carbone. No, because when we were driving back to the hotel to leave for Andy's, remember Kim is like, "We're not going to have time. We should just go to dinner." And we were like, "No, no, we'll
No.
be fine." We ended up going to the hotel, changing. Ryan and I went and had cocktails. Then we got in the Sprinter van or whatever, headed to Andy. Shockingly, showed up late.
Gosh, we did.
Remember, we like came in through the back. They're like, we had to wait for the commercial break. Then we had to like walk out on the stage, come down.
That's also a theme of the week, getting there late.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I mean, again, us and our time management is not great.
Not good.
We get into Andy Cohen's show. Someone was in our seat, so they had to make them get up and move. We sit down. Then at one point they were handing out cookies. Remember, we were like, just went to reach, just very gently, like, I'm just gonna have a cookie because you're handing them to me.
And
some guy
launches in and grabs the cookie off the tray and runs away.
I was like,
That
okay,
was our
Cookie
dinner.
Monster.
That was supposed to be
That,
Cookie Monster.
that was our dinner.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after that, we go back. We get on the Sprinter with the housewives, go back to the hotel. A normal person, it's like 10 o'clock, would go to bed.
Normal person knowing they have a flight 7 a.m., which means we have to leave the hotel at 5:30 in the morning. And there's horrible traffic all through Vegas because of F1 the next weekend.
F1. Yeah, so a normal person would go to bed. Not us. We're like, oh, there's an after party where? We did eat there. We finally ate something there. Remember, the person came out with a tray of burgers, and we took there was like 12 burgers on the tray. Took the whole tray. There was one burger left.
Yes. Okay, we did.
Okay, so we did get some food in our stomachs. Then we continued on to the Four Seasons bar. Then they closed.
Right. Then we went to the Mandalay bar.
Yeah.
Where you came up with the bright idea, we should just not go to sleep. Because if we sleep at this point, I mean, to get up at 5:30, be better to just stay up.
I'm like, it's better just to power through.
Yeah.
But you agreed.
I kind of did. I was just having so much fun because I was like celebrating. It was over. This like amount of stress just left my body. And I was so elated to finally like not have to have it again the next day. So,
well, because how many months you only do BravoCon every other year, but how long do you work on this for?
I mean, we start like a year out.
Like crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
So we get to the next bar, and this bar was a little more challenging because there was a lot more like fans and people, and we had all these housewives with us, and then everyone was just
We
coming up
just
to
have
them like
housewives. We had Southern Charm with us. We had a
below
lot of different
deck.
casts. Yeah, we had Summer House there.
Yeah, there was a lot of Bravo people there, but then we were out like just at a regular bar, and all of a sudden everyone was getting swarmed. And I think at one point Luann and I were going to go to the chapel and get married.
Yes, you were. I was gonna be the witness.
Well, because these people were like, Luann's like, come with me, because these people were like all swarming her, and she goes, "This is my boyfriend," and they were like, "Oh my god, where are you from?" And Luann like looks at me, she goes, "Yeah, where are you from?"
Very believable, Luann.
And then I was like, "Texas," and they're like, "What do you do?" And Luann goes, "Yeah, what do you do?" She goes, "I'm doing research." And
Oh
it's
my
crazy.
god.
And then we continued to another bar.
Yeah, with the band playing.
Yes. Then I think it was like 4 a.m. We finally were like, okay, now we should go to bed.
Yeah.
So we get to bed. We have 1 hour to sleep. And I text Jen at like 5:10. I'm like, are you up? And would you like to tell this story?
Yeah, so at 5:10, I was getting ready, and about 5:25, I go to zip my suitcase up. I never check a bag ever, okay? So, like, the whole big bag thing is already unknown to me. I go to zip it, and the zipper goes off track, and I'm like, "Fuck." I try to put it back together. I'm, like, figuring it out, and it gets back together, and I zip it, and it's not connecting. It just did not connect. It was broken, and I fell into like a fetal position. Like I was paralyzed staring at this suitcase going, what am I going to do? We're going to miss the premiere of Wicked tonight. What am I going to do? And I'm thinking like, I have these 2 boxes that I was shipping out of stuff from the convention. I'm like, I'll dump that stuff out. I'll put my clothes in and I'll ship it. Meanwhile, my suitcase weighed like 80 pounds. I call Ben, help, Ben, I need your help. Ben.
And I thought you needed me just to like sit on the suitcase. Like it was so full, like you
Right.
couldn't get it zipped. I'm like, here, I'll come sit on it. I'm strong. We'll get it done. So I'm like, help is on the way. It was like totally from Mrs. Doubtfire. I'm like, don't you worry. I come in and I'm like, no. I mean, this thing was like, it came off track.
No,
It was like kind of ripped.
it was
We were
terrible.
like,
I
and mind you, we're also still drunk, or I am. I
I
mean, it
don't
was like we'd only slept an hour. So I'm still drunk. So I'm trying to like get the zipper on the thing. It's not happening. So then I'm like, okay, we need duct tape. We'll just
and
tape the
I'm like,
shit out of it.
"Duct tape? What? Can't tape a
Well,
suitcase together?"
and you had called the front first and you're like, do you guys have any other suitcases like that we can purchase?
Right.
And they're like,
Like,
well,
"Do you have
every
any
store is
emergency suitcases I could have? I could
she
buy?"
goes, every store is closed. I'm like, no shit, it's
With
5 in the morning.
right.
Do you have one like on hand?
Yeah. No.
And so I call them, they're like, okay, we need the duct tape. And they go, maintenance is on its way. And I'm like waiting and waiting. So I called again. I'm like, look, I'm not like
Meanwhile, the car
trying to be
service is outside,
waiting for us.
right? The
And I'm like, look, I'm not trying to be rude, but like we need the duct tape like now. Like, can you put a pep in his step? And she goes, he's coming as fast as he can. Thank you. And hung up. So I called a third time. I'm like, we need the duct tape. And then I'm waiting out in the hallway, like peeking my head out. And this man, once he turns that corner, I've never seen, he was walking at the speed of a sloth. He had no care in the world. He's just like, do. I go running down the hallway to like, rip the duct tape out. He goes, oh, did you need that? I'm like, ah!
and then Ben
Run
comes
back.
running in the room, flies the door open, and he just starts ripping that tape open and flipping that suitcase around. Like around and around, flipping it up, and I'm just watching like, "It's not gonna work. This is never gonna work." Oh, wait, first, I took out my Louboutins, my Chanel bag, and I don't know what else, and stuck it in Ben's suitcase. Like 3 things just I did in case that this suitcase never made it.
Yeah, the three. Oh, yeah, it was your Hermes belt,
Oh, yeah.
your Chanel bag, and your shoes. Because you're like, put them in my suitcase in case. And I'm like doing this thing, and also our friend Kim is sleeping in the other room,
Right.
so she thought we were still
She thought I
like
was
taping up the
taping right,
boxes,
yeah, the
and
shipping
we're like,
box.
so then we're roll. Jen's like, I can't be seen with this, so I had to wheel her piece of shit suitcase that's duct tape closed. Meanwhile, mine has like a broken wheel. And I turn around, Jen goes ass over tea kettle, falls in the hallway over my suitcase.
Suitcase went right over me on the floor. So
Stuff
it was
stuff was
my stuff
everywhere.
went everywhere out of my bag. Oh my god.
We get to the Delta. We check. I'm like, going to check in. Mind you, this suitcase that's duct taped all around has like a diamond medallion tag on it. And I was like, okay. We check the stuff. We get to our gate, and who of all people would you suspect is on the flight with us?
Wait, first we go to check in the bag, and she said, "Oh, can you just sign this just so that we know that it was damaged before it came?" And I'm like, "Of course it was damaged. Look at that bag." She
It's
said, I
duct
said,
taped
"Do you
together.
think it's gonna make?" She goes, "Let me put a fragile sticker on." She puts this little teeny fragile sticker on, like wee big, and I said, "Do you think it's gonna be okay?" And she said, "We'll hope for the best. We'll hope it makes it there." I mean, it was terrible. I never want to check a bag.
Then we get to the gate, and your boss and a bunch of your coworkers are on the same flight as us.
Right. The boss who you once said suck and bite
Do you
and
want to bite and
yeah,
suck?
exactly.
Yeah. So that's where the story comes full circle. She's back. She's still in the picture. And we land in New York. And this is also why we had to get on such an early flight. We land in New York, AFK, which is like the worst airport because it's just there's so much people, the traffic, and your car service wasn't set up
Oh, it
correctly.
was terrible. Yeah.
So Jen's head is about to like rotate. We get into an Uber, get back to her apartment. We had like an hour
To get ready.
to like say hi to her son, say hi to the dog, try to eat some pizza, get ready. And then we headed on over to the Wicked premiere,
Which was incredible.
which was, you guys,
But
Jen
of
and I are
course,
like the,
again, we get dropped off at the wrong spot. We have to go all the way. I mean, nothing was easy in this,
no, and we were late.
but we looked amazing.
We looked incredible.
Yeah.
So Jen and I went to Wicked One Wonderful Night in LA a couple months ago, and I wore pink and she wore green. So this time we flipped it, and I wore green and she wore pink.
Let me just
And
wait. Let me just say that picture, somebody took a screen grab of that picture that we posted of Ben and I in pink and green and pink at Wicked and sent it to my friend and said, "I hope Jen is banging this guy." And I'm like, what in your right mind do you think this guy is going to want to bang me at? Yeah, yeah,
yeah, did my sparkle Gucci
yeah.
shoes or my pink suit?
Right.
Does that really make
At
me
the
look straight?
Wicked premiere with me twice, pink, green, green, pink. I mean,
Sparkle shoes with a man that's never been more excited. Yeah,
I
it's for
mean,
sure straight. We get to the premiere though. Of course, we have no idea where the fuck we're going. We're late. We get in and they're like, "We don't have your tickets. We don't have your tickets." We ended up going to the theater, which was like for the fans, where like people could like buy tickets and go to and they get to see the screening of it. We were at the other building with like all the NBC people and all the celebrities and everyone. So we go in, we get our tickets. I turn around, in is walking Ariana and Cynthia, and
it was amazing.
I mean, everyone from the cast was there.
Yeah,
And
they did a little
they had all these
Q&A.
they had a Q&A. They had all these activations outside, and all these people wanted to get. They had a bubble like Glinda's bubble, and all these people wanted to get in it. And Jen looked
When you
like
say
Glinda. I mean,
people, they were kids, little kids,
yeah.
dressed as Glinda wanting to go in. And Ben's like, like pushing me like to wait. And I'm like, "It's okay, Ben. I don't need to wait." And Ben looks at me and goes, "Get in the bubble."
But you were dressed perfect. You had a crown.
He
You had
did.
like your dress was like fluffy. I mean, you literally looked like Glinda,
It was perfect. It was.
and you weren't gonna get the photo. I'm like, get in the bubble. Fuck, I'm like, fuck these kids. Move it.
It
And
was
then we watch the movie, and because of our previous actions and our pure exhaustion, we may have nodded off a couple
a
times.
little bit, but I still love the movie. Just my head did definitely went back once or twice.
I mean, at one point I was like, wait, how did Alpha get with the wizard? Wait, what how did this happen? I mean, we got most of it,
Yeah, no. We got it.
and I've since seen it 2 more times,
Oh,
so
you
it's
have?
fine. Yeah, it's so
Oh, I'm
good.
gonna go on Friday, I think.
I cried. I cried the second time when I actually like really watched
Oh,
everything that happened.
and then when we were
No,
walking
it's
out,
oh
you
my
almost
god, we're walking out and there's Ben Platt's dad, Mark Platt, who produced the whole thing. I like ran him over.
and Ben didn't even realize. I'm like, "Ben, watch your back." Like, Ben's, like, hip checking him.
And one of my favorite parts of the night, before the screening started, I'm like, of course, because I was like, oh, it's going to start soon. So I rush to the bathroom and I go to pee. And who am I standing next to? The sexiest man alive, Jonathan Bailey,
That's
standing right next to him at the urinal.
that's
We
pretty
peed together.
amazing, Ben.
It
That's a
was
pee you'll remember.
That was the most memorable pee in my life. And I just was like, hi. And he's like, hello, how's it going? I was like really excited for the movie. And then remember we were leaving and I almost got ran over by Michelle. She had that giant, huge
Dress?
yellow dress or
Mhm.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was our Wicked. That
Yeah,
was
so
the
the
most
movie
like,
was incredible. That
yes.
whole night was I mean, what an incredible that all those activations were, uh, I mean, amazing. It was a lot of fun.
Wicked is I mean, I'm drinking out of my Wicked
Did we
Stanley
go
Cup.
home after that, or did we go out in our outfits? Can't remember.
Did we go to did we go to Sefton or Campanola or did we go home?
We may have gone home. I don't remember
We were
going home.
dead. We were
We
like,
were
we
dead.
couldn't even,
Yeah. Well, we
we had
didn't
done
sleep the night
Vegas.
before, right.
Yeah. And then yeah. And then one would think, okay, now they're done.
Then
Now
you
they're
came to work
exhausted.
with me the next day. We went to the
No,
office.
I did.
Yeah.
No, that was Wednesday.
What did we do Tuesday? Oh, we worked from home. I worked from home.
Tuesday, you worked from home.
Okay.
And
Right.
then we went to see a play. We went and saw O'Mary.
Which we were
And then
also late for.
which we were,
Look, I was so I'm like, "You cannot be late for a Broadway show. It is so disrespectful." I'm saying to the Uber driver, "Can you go any faster? Can you hurry up?" And he's like, "I'm doing the best I can." We got there probably 4 minutes after it started, but, you have to stand in the back. It's like a spectacle, you're, like, held on the side in the back, like, in detention until
I
they
know.
will walk you through, and it's just so embarrassing. But
And
the
we had to
show
like, and
was
then we had to like step over someone to get to our seats.
yeah.
We had our big winter jackets on.
Oh.
Plus, I'm like not a small person. I mean, but we walked out of your condo and I don't know, we should have just gone straight to the theater, but we were like, we have time to go meet our friends for
Oh,
one
right,
drink.
that was the big misstep right there. Yeah,
So we go to Campanola, we have a drink, and then we're like, we got to go late. And then we came back to Campanola and met them.
yep, we sure did. That's what we do up here on the Upper East Side.
Oh my gosh. And then the next day, woke up, I go to work with you and hung out like pretty much all day. Then AJ flew in and we went to a charity event that night.
Oh, God, it was nonstop.
I mean,
Yeah, all dressed up all over again.
all like to the nines. Like I had to be like, yeah.
Yep, yep.
Oh, and that was all the way down in
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
It was for a good cause, though.
We saved the sea turtles and the manatees and
Yeah,
all, all the animals. And then we went out that night.
yeah, we sure did. We kept going.
Oh
It's
my God.
just been nonstop. It's been a week, but a fun, crazy, eventful week.
And you're still going.
No, I'm done now. I'm gonna rest tonight.
I need to come live in New York.
I want you to come live in New York.
I know. We've been trying to do this we also tried to do this podcast when we were up in Montauk this summer.
Yeah, that
And
was a week too.
remember we drunkenly ordered like $1,000 worth of microphones and all the things.
I forgot about that, and then, we never even opened the box, and then you guys
No.
left me with all these boxes. I'm like, how do I return them? What do I
I know.
do?
Because it was like the first night, we are like, we should do the podcast from here. So we ordered all this stuff and then it arrived like the next day. Yeah. And then we never did it. And then,
That's typical.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it would have been more fun to do in person.
Well, I think we'll have to do a follow-up episode in person.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But we had quite the week.
What was your favorite part?
I mean, I think the Wicked premiere was pretty like special.
Yeah,
Just
I
because
agree.
like that, I mean, that movie there'll never be another, that will never happen again.
No.
And obviously we're such big fans. We've been so obsessed. So I think that was something that was just amazing. Let's see, for Bravocon, my favorite, there was so many, like, I think, and one of my favorite parts was when we were at the party at Delilah. Some of my favorite people were there, like Christine Cowan was there and some other people. And then I'm like, where's Jen? And I look over and you're on stage dancing with the DJs, with people. I jump up on the couch and I was like the mom in Mean Girls, like videoing you.
Yeah, videoing. I mean, I went up there and I was like dancing with Lindsay Hubbard and Jesse and Carl up there. It was so fun. But I had to remind myself, like, wait a minute, you're in front of like work people. Like I look out and there's like all the executives and I'm like, oopsie.
Got to keep the party going. I was
Okay.
literally on the couch and because I was in my head, I was thinking, I mean, you guys rented out the whole place. Like, it's fine. And one of the security guard guys, he looks at me and he's like, you, second warning, and gave me like the you're outside. I'm like,
Like,
what?
he's gonna
I'm like,
slice your neck off, your
yeah,
head
I was
off.
like, calm down.
Gosh, it's all in good fun. We're just having
Right.
fun.
And my shoes are clean. I'm not messing up
It's
your couch.
Jen and Ben. It's Bennifer.
I think when I was like, you're the Beyonce of Bravo.
Yeah.
It's funny to watch, like, because when you're at the when you're at the convention, all these people are looking at all the Bravolebrities, like, oh my god, oh my god. But then when you're with all the Bravo people, everyone's looking at you, like, oh, Jen. Like you can see, no, like you can watch when you walk in, people clocking you, and they're like, they all want to talk to you.
Well,
So like, you're the celebrity there.
there's a real mutual feeling of respect back and forth, so I am their sort of confidant, their go-to, their advisor, and so and we have a lot of fun together too, but it's hard. It's these people's real life. It's very different than being cast on a show where it's a character. These people are opening up their lives to to strangers out in the world, and being it's a very vulnerable position to be in because people have their opinions and they think they know you, and they're going to walk over to you and give you what tell you what they think and how they think of your relationship, or or how you treated this friend. They're not going to be shy, so it's real definitely very difficult to be on a reality show.
Well, and I've told people that too, because I've said, they're like, "What is it like when you meet this person or that person?" I'm like, "Look, when you go to like Wicked, we look at Ariana Grande or Cynthia, and we think of them as Glinda and Elphaba,
Yeah.
which the reality is they're not that person. They're playing someone. But when you're dealing with like Bravo people, when you meet one of these housewives and one of these people on one of these shows, they really are what you see on TV.
Mhm.
Like, so it is really
No, they're the same people, whether the camera's there or not, they're
like that's who you
exactly the
get.
same. Yeah,
Yeah. And I think that that is, very different from when we're meeting actors
right.
or other celebrities. You're wanting them to be these characters that they are just pretending to be. But when you meet these housewives and these people, like every housewife or every Bravo person I met, they're exactly what I thought they would be,
Mhm. Yeah.
for good or bad or
Right,
whatever. But it's like that.
you know them,
Yeah.
you've seen them, you've been watching their lives, and yeah, and that's who they are, they'll bring it right there with them. I mean, it's pretty funny to watch.
And you see their real life, like you said, their relationships, issues they're having with their kids,
Right.
like all these things and that are real life
Yeah.
things. Like that's, you
Yeah, I
see
mean, you're
that
seeing the
unfold and
good, the
then.
bad, the ugly, you're seeing everything. And
Mhm.
they're, allowing that people come into their lives, which is really, helpful for people on a relatable level because, an issue that somebody's having, let's say with their son with drugs, that's a very poignant moment on TV. People out there may not be sharing that, they're watching that, and it's really helping them.
Right. Yeah. So I think my favorite part was seeing the whole scope of it, of how like it. I mean, I knew it was a big thing, but it was way more than I
Yeah,
thought. So I was very impressed by you, very in
good.
awe of all that. Like it was,
Thank you.
I was like, holy shit. But watching everyone look at you that was fun.
Oh,
It was
I
cool.
like that. That's how I look at you,
So
Ben. I'm in awe of you.
all the time.
And AJ, of course.
AJ.
Yeah.
Poor AJ. He hasn't been on this podcast in a while. He's been so busy with work.
Poor AJ hasn't gone to any of these things that we've been going to.
I know. I mean, so that's the thing. What like you guys, AJ and Jen, like we said at the beginning, they've been friends for so long. I really did kind of swoop in, and then poor AJ has been having to like travel and work. And I'm like, well, we're going to Wicked One Wonderful Night. We're going to Bravocon. Now we're going to the Wicked premiere. I mean, poor AJ.
And he's like, "Oh, Ben, you have such a tough life."
I know. He's like, you've just been gallivanting around, having the time of your life. And I was like,
Actually, you have.
which,
Yes.
by the way, another full circle moment. The same person I said bite and suck to, and that was on our flight,
Yep.
gave me this amazing Wicked Stanley that I
Nice.
love.
I love that you're
Hmm.
using it.
I use it all the time, and I wore pink today on purpose. I don't know if you could tell
Oh,
that.
I should have worn green.
That's
You didn't
okay.
tell me.
Pink goes good with green.
Yes. Well,
So does.
so do-
Um. All right. Well, you're my favorite. Thank you for
you're
doing
my
this.
favorite.
I love
Oh,
you,
love you.
and I can't wait until our next adventure.
I know. What's it gonna be? What is next? I guess I'll
I
have
feel
to
like we
come to
should go.
Texas.
Well, yeah, but we should go on a trip together.
Let's do that. I need a
Like, I
trip.
feel like we should all go to like, I don't know, Costa Rica or Italy or
Let's
like
do it.
something. Like, let's get out of New York and Texas and
Let's do
LA.
it. Let's do it. I wanna go Italy and go shopping.
You have
I have some global
Global upgrades you
upgrades.
have to
Oh, we
use.
forgot about that too. Ben stole my global upgrades
Listen. So
for a domestic flight from
I
Vegas.
okay, but here's the deal. I don't fly coach because it's just I don't fit. And I booked these flights really last minute. So my flight from Vegas to New York, it was super cheap. But then to upgrade to first class was $2,500. I mean, look, I don't want to be a bitch. I don't like flying coach. I mean, some of our friends do. Some can handle it.
Absolutely, they do. Right. It's just once you start not flying coach, it's really hard to go back. That's
It's
the
game
issue.
over.
Kim, my best friend from growing up, who was also with us in
Shout
Vegas.
out Kim, we love you.
Yeah, we love you, Kim. Kim said to me, like 24 hours before the flight, she was like, make sure you check in for your flight. And I'm like, why do I have to check in for my flight? And she's like, so you get a good zone. And I looked at her and I was like, what is a zone? What, Kim? And she said, oh, this is the difference between how I fly and how you fly.
I'm like,
Shocking.
she's like, did you guys check in? I'm like, I haven't checked in for a flight since like 2008. What are you talking about? And then Chris had to fly Spirit.
Oh my
And he's
God.
like, but I'm flying first class. I was like, Spirit has first
That's first-
class?
Do they now? Is that a thing?
Apparently, it's like you're in the first seat and it's called the big seat or something.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And because I think where does he live? New Orleans?
Yeah, they were flying. I think they were coming to New York though. Well, I don't know where they went.
Or one of them was because he's like the only way to get to New Orleans direct was Spirit.
That's insane.
Insane. So Jen graciously
Yeah.
and kindly and amazingly used, because she's diamond status, used one of her choice benefits, her global upgrades, and
Are you
gave me
gonna
one.
forever be connected to my reservations now and to me?
I hope so. Because oh my God, when I called Delta, because Jen was like, I don't know what you were working. And I was like, I'll call. And I'm like, hi, I would like to link our reservations. It's my girlfriend and I, and we're traveling together. And they're like, okay, great. What is your girlfriend's date of birth? And I was like, they're like, do you have her email? And I'm like, they're like, how about her address? And I'm like, hang on, I have that. I'm like going through my text messages, trying to
Then
find your.
then Ben's texting me, "What's your date of birth? Delta needs it." And I was like, "Do they really need it, or is you trying to find out my date of birth, Benjamin?" I said, "Tell
Well,
them to
first you
call
just gave
me."
me the month and the day. You just gave me the month and the day first. And I was
I
like, I need
know,
the
and then I
year.
had to give it because I didn't want you to have to sit and coach.
I know. It would have been the horror.
No, horrible. Even the seats we were in were horrible. I was like a contortionist in the seat, like
No, the way Jen sleeps in a seat on an airplane, and then afterwards she's like, my neck hurts. I'm like, well, no shit. You were sideways, like your feet were at the window.
well, it wouldn't go
I don't know how you
flat.
did it.
I didn't know the seat wasn't gonna go flat like a bed. I was tired. That was the only way to get comfortable.
I did think for that, because I mean, it's basically like LA to New York. I thought we'd have lay flats, but we did
I
not.
know, so did I. That's why I agreed to not sleep the night before.
Because I think I even said, I'm like, we'll have a bed to
Right.
sleep on. It'll be fine.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
lied.
Whoops.
Liar.
All right. I love you.
All right, Ben.
Thank you for coming on. It's been a week.
Yes, it's been a week. I'm still tired. I can't get untired. I'm gonna rest today, tonight.
Sleep.
I will. Love you.
All right.
Thank
For
you.
everyone else, I'll see you next Tuesday.